It's no longer the case that he's a stranger to the community that's just strolling in to grab the cash. He's now the resident kind of Michael Schumacher figure that everybody's like, yep, okay, he's going to win again. It's no longer like a hatred. It's more of a, okay, daddy, just, don't hit me so hard this time, please.
Maybe it was the map. Maybe.
Sorry, was I meant to laugh? That I found that really funny.
Maybe. Let me just get my list of excuses. I write down a list from Hans's channel while I record. Wait, it's
RNG. No, it was RNG.
No, he's got a migraine.
Oh, no, that was legit. No, it's RNG, and I clearly think that in every single one of those 300 engagements, the RNG was against Talisman there. Every single one, Dan. Every single one.
Let's hope he can do better in this one. We're about to get into the game because it is live now, so let's waste no time. Everybody, welcome to Game 3 of the finals for Barbarossa qualification rounds. 2-0 up in the series right now. Winning this game will make him a definite place in the GCS2 Grand Finals. It is, of course, playing as the Soviet Union, Devem.
And in the north side, we have the ultimate runner-up. 5 times runner-up in 5 separate ESL Cups. This man is the master of second place. The ultimate in finishing second. Ever the bridesmaid, never the bride. It's Talisman from the north. Playing as...
Popular with the ladies, always finishing second. It is Talisman.
Good one, I like that.
It's I hope we get to see Talisman at the finals. I'd love to meet him in person, actually.
Me too. He seems like an excellent guy. He's got 3 months to train hard. He's gotten, by the way, do not forget, 12 GCS2 qualifying points from getting second. And GB Hooligan's making a prediction in chat. He knows Devem better than most, having gone an hour-long game against him this weekend. He came the closest to beating him. Let nobody smirk when they see the name GB Hooligan on a bracket. He's calling it now. Scout car dies within 3 minutes. So let's see if Talisman has learned his lesson, Dan. Let's see if he can counter the scout car.
Yeah, let's see. I mean,
Good chemistry.
No, I'm wondering because the last game he just didn't respond. Needed a Raketin or needed something. Just didn't build it. He just went for more vaults, and he's trying to play OKW the way that he plays the Soviets, and it just hasn't worked. Something needs to change here. This is the second time he's going to face Devem Soviets. We need to see something different. This time Devem has got penal battalions in the scout car.
He has indeed. Well, it's a good unit to have in there first time, because obviously more DPS, SVT rifles, etc. Then he can always hot swap them for the combat engineers.
No,
we don't. Oh, nice! G Hooligan called it. This guy's a genius.
Absolutely. That was a great mine. And, well, that's good knowledge. He knew that Devem was going to make a play like that. And Scout Card does go down. Devem is going to build another one immediately. We all know Devem is that player who, when he wants something, he'll just keep building it until he gets it working. And this is something Talisman can absolutely work with. And he's going to salvage the wreckage for that nice little fuel boost he needs.
Just 15 fuel, 190 manpower at the end of the day. Is he'll be fine getting it back out, I guess. But that's a nice boost for Talisman. I like it. It's going to give him the confidence he needs.
People in chat are realizing that we script and pre-program the games for drama.
Oh, for God's sake, they've stumbled across our dirty secret. I'm that much of a fan of pro wrestling. It's true. We do have some pre-scripted elements, but I must state it is still a valid competition. The backstage drama is real, and although today we have obviously scripted for Devem to win, Talisman's time will come. If you keep buying his t-shirts and supporting him, we will give him the push he deserves in the future. So stick with your chosen competitor.
Once again, Talisman going for that 5 Volks Grenadiers. No response whatsoever. If DevM is kind of playing sensibly, he'll realise this. You know, he'll realise what the Talisman's doing. Maybe he even knows in advance what Talisman is doing. Maybe he knows the playstyle, but there is no counter to this whatsoever. And hope that the Stern Pioneers don't die on the retreat.
So right now, strategically, Talisman's still losing, but tactically he had a nice win. But it was literally 15 fuel, 190 manpower. It's barely a scratch, in all honesty. Penals versus 2 Focus Grenadiers here. He's not going to want to keep bleeding this, but he's getting the full cap. Not just neutral. Oh, nice by Talisman. Just jumping into the circle there, Dan. Elsewhere in the south, another push on retreat. As it's pretty nasty, isn't it? Men running away. And some other men in a van with a flamethrower. I've seen that on Live Leak, I'm pretty sure.
Well, at least Talisman has done a better job of resource denial at the start. Devon has made some kind of investment, which actually it leaves Talisman with more on the field. This is the one thing I'm hopeful about. We are about to see Mechanized Regiment completed in a minute's time, so there will then at least be answers for the scout car. Devon will no longer, or shouldn't be able to push much longer.
And of course he did keep that fuel for a little while longer thanks to that great mine, which has now meant that Mechanized Regiment headquarters has been able to come onto the field. It is obviously hitting 40 fuel roundabout, nope, and he's 20 fuel away from the Panzer II Lukes. So it's not terrible, his position. It's just not ideal, and we all know instead of 1 focus, he could have got a Raketenwerfer out, and it would have been a lot better. So, yeah. Tell you what, though, Dan. One thing about Talisman is sometimes his build orders are very stubborn and a little bit kind of rigid, let's say. If you remember his old Soviet playstyle with that conscript reserve army, or whatever it's called, rapid conscription, that's it. He just kind of stuck with it. When it wasn't working, what did he do? He stuck with it. And then when it got countered really heavily, he stuck with it a bit more. And then on the 4th attempt, finally, he decided to use it again and got defeated once more. But on that 5th ESL tournament, Dan, he came out with rapid conscription, and it didn't work the 5th time.
I feel like there's a moral to this story, but I'm trying to put myself in Talisman's mindset right now. I just don't get it. You know, surely it would work if you tried it again and again and again.
Then again and again.
And again.
Apparently not. What is it,
I just don't really feel that this strategy holds any respect in the sense of, you know, 5 Volks Grenadiers pretty much armed with nothing except sticks and stones.
Goodwill and broken bones.
Yeah, but it's not doing anything. He's relying on the Lukes now. At least he has some territory. I think that's a good thing for a Talisman. He hasn't lost anything this time. He has got territory. He is laying mines. We can just see that here. He's got the support package knowing that Devem has been planting mines. So it looks like a better game. But it seems like he puts himself deliberately in a weird position with this build.
Now available to frontline troops.
Arses of Thrace with the worst comment of the tournament so far. Talking about somebody that's not lost a game as either faction, Axis or allies. And you're talking about game balance. That's an interesting comment. It's almost as though it makes absolutely no sense. Panzer II Lukes is on the battlefield. And Dylan, this is his saving grace. This is his opportunity. He's currently up against an M3 only. He has all 5 Focus Grenadiers fully healthy. Stern Pioneer with a Minesweeper. He has an opportunity, Dan. Will he take it?
I hope he does, and I hope he plays carefully as well. The Minesweeper is still back in the base laying medical supplies, of course, because not Battle Group and Mechanized Regiment was the choice. Good that he's paying attention to healing, but he doesn't want to use the Lukes or overextend with it without having the Minesweepers on the front lines. That would be pretty disastrous if he lost the unit that way. He's actually taking resources on the left side of the map. map control isn't solid for DevM, although DevM is now going for tier 3. Probably going to see that T70 again in the next couple of minutes.
Indeed we are. He's got the fuel by the time it's constructed. And, well, the Talisman is doing a good job of branching out, Dan. And I must state that Talisman is backed into a corner right now. He knows that he is at the point of no return. He cannot afford to lose this game. He himself wants to show what he has what it takes. So, chat, you're hearing an AE prediction here. I think this game's going to have legs. I think that every little bit of possible disrespect we collectively have shown Talisman in the past 2 games might just be wiped clean in this game. I'm not saying he's going to win. I don't think that looks probable. However, I think he's going to give DevM a much better showing in this game. And hold on to your panties, because I won't make that prediction lightly, because I don't want to be made a fool. So let's see if I'm right.
Yep, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He's on a triple cap at the moment for DevM. He's pushing 3 sides of the map, and efficiently as well. DevM is going to go to the right-hand side. This is a great opportunity, though, for Talisman to start pushing the front lines. T70 still isn't in the build, even though DevM does have the resources. There it goes. Mine goes off. It could have got the scout car. Very unfortunate the guards triggered that. But Luke's there. Here's the combat pioneers. Sorry, the Stern Pioneers with the support package.
And they're obviously helping the Lukes on his merry journey to M3 land. Talisman in an aggressive motion, knowing he needs to be aggressive, knowing he needs to adapt and change up his gameplay style, if not his build order, in order to get back into things.
Didn't want to push that scout car. This is a sensible thing. If you see DevM reversing like that, you know he's either hiding and it's going to be a big micro battle, or he might be baiting into a mine. Then again, he does walk the scout car straight into the support.
Oh, here comes the T70 though. Here comes that dastardly light tank to battle the life out of Talisman just when you thought he was on the comeback trail. It's an eviscerator, if you've ever seen one. We've got a Fuchs Grenadier in the house so he can jump out and get the Panzerfaust off if he needs it.
Bear in mind, we do have mines on this point here. Maybe we'll decide to try and bait them over that direction. Left side, Volks Grenadiers getting pushed away. Talisman is much more on the ball with his unit retreats. We do have a Puma coming out. And that actually, I think, is that's very strong. He'd hold the infantry advantage and the vehicle advantage when this hits the field. As long as he plays sensible with the Stern Pioneers, I don't see many problems for him.
Absolutely. Talisman, he's looking a lot steadier now. A lot steadier indeed. He now has the Rakettenwerfer, and he now has the Puma. And this is a hard-built Puma with its aimed shot veteran 1 ability. He's going to want to try and get. Of course, he has the smoke screen should he need it. Talisman, of course, will be not getting the Schwerpanzer headquarters this game. He's going to want to get that command Panther out. So he's on the slow and steady build to 225 fuel. In the meantime, he needs to do enough damage and enough map control to get him there. And let's see if he's able to do just that. Can't hold the cast for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, no problem at all. Well, it's about to heat up here. And Puma overextending maybe just a little in an attempt to try and get the scout car. DevM has put PTRSs on one of the penal battalions, so they know to now. Oh my gosh, can't even talk at the moment. They now do have snaring capabilities, and things are starting to heat up. Talisman really is putting more pressure on DevM. I think might be on the back foot because of his slower early game, because he didn't quite get the initial impact he wanted with the scout car. Puma missed 2 shots. I think it's interesting to say I think it missed because of the elevation. You can see that the map has elevation here, and that is normally the result of vehicles missing shots like that. So it's a really awkward place for the Puma to fight, to be honest. He'd probably do better if he lured it into another section of the map. But this mine, I think, is going to be essential in helping take down the T70. Once that goes in, the Raketman can make good plays. Even the Lukes could go for rear armor. Folks going to be waiting for the retreat of the penal battalions, but Scout car and T70 here to try and save the day.
They're going to try their best. You've got two first grenadiers that were bunched up. One's had to hard retreat. The others incomprehensibly staying in there. It's now on live support as it gets munched up om nom nom by hungry Devem. Here comes the Puma though. Could remedy this situation. But Devem looks likely to be fast retreat. Probably going to evacuate the M3 now. There you go. Just in time.
Yeah, once again, I want to highlight he's using the stop, the halt on the Puma, stopping the vehicle to get the higher accuracy to make sure he gets those shots, maximize its potential. Now he wants to chase the T-70, and just watch him here as he goes.
T-70's ducking behind this building. He's not going to want to go in that gap. It's a common mine spot, rather. And come on, Talisman. We want this community competitive scene to be vibrant, and for the very best player in the world right now today, quite clearly Devem, to be counterable by great players such as Talisman. That's exactly what the community is willing to see in this game here.
The Puma going for a bit of a dive here. Talisman's might be caught off by the guards, and I think he's thought twice about that. Had to pop smoke and leave. Left side. Pioneers there. Wow, look at that. They get suppression with a mine they laid. It's going to allow the Volks Grenadiers. They're grouped up against the flamethrower. Watching this and thinking, gosh, that's...
How did he get away with that? And a late infiltration grenade there. I don't know what's happening to...
Guards grenade.
Oh, that's painful. Stern Pioneers rushing in, forcing away the guards. That's a good retreat by Devon, conserving the manpower. Here comes Penal Battalions to tag in. Likewise, forcing away those Stern Pioneers. Negative cover engages, allowing the other Penal Battalion to take some pot shots. And we have a moment of tranquility in between engagements as we prepare for the next onslaught.
I'm asking myself where Devem's resources are. Has he been without resources for a while? It seems like he's got not much, to be honest.
Talisman's been good at actually controlling the fuel this game deceptively. We've been that used to seeing him being a pinata, and Devem's, it's his birthday in Portugal, and he's using a chainsaw on it. We've been that used to seeing that metaphor enacted in our game that we haven't actually recognised just how good Talisman's been in this particular game at controlling the fuel. He's denied Devem a bit of economy there. Saying that almost to exemplify my point, and completely prove me wrong. He just had the cut-off taken by the Portuguese prodigy.
Yeah, Devem was rocking in map control, but Talisman's going to use brute force to push the Soviets off of this side at the same time, trying to set up a defense. Now he's left Volks Grenadiers here. There's going to be a grenade from Devem. I think that was unintentional, but they do move out of the way. T-70, where is the Puma? And look at this, guards protecting the T-70. Puma's still going to be able to take shots.
Guarding the T-70, indeed, they are. And Devem's got a penal battalion having to retreat on the west. And it seems that Devem's got equal amounts of aggression and defensiveness when he needs it. T-70 pushing in. Oh, nice little pot shot, Dan. Look at that. Like a rapier. Defiling that unit on retreat. Rapier is the French sword used in...
I'm aware of that.
That was I know you're educated, but these unwashed peasants. From the
Oh, there's a Faust on the T-70, and it looks like the Puma picked a great time to go in for the push. This could be a huge play by Talisman. Exactly what he needs to get back. This Puma needs to land the next shot. It needs to land the shot.
He gets the shot off. Good work by Talisman. A nice kill. And that's why I think this game has A's GG seal guarantee. That's right. If you've been watching this final with one eye open, it's now time to tune in to your full attention. Talisman is on the comeback trail. He wants to get back into this series. And based on this weekend's activities, he's the man to do it.
Yep, he's not winning on VPs though. Actually, not long ago he was triple capping Devem, but Devem is working the VP score pretty hard. About to get a triple cap. Actually, no, I don't think he'll get hold of that. I love that Talisman is really paying attention here and salvaging the wreckages. He's getting the scout car now, and he's close to getting the command panther. Not going to tack up to the Panzerschwerer headquarters. Rely on mechanized regiment and then call in. And Actually, given that Devon's building a T-34-76, I would say that's a pretty good position for him to be in.
It is. I think it's quite equal though now. We have a good amount of veterancy on the Foch Grenadiers. The Rakettenwerfers sulking around the battlefield, sculling around, whatever it means when you're being stealthy. I can't remember the phrase. Got Puma out. And it is a T-34-76. It's not going to be exactly super game-changing. I think, Dan, that we've got a very equal game in front of us.
Yeah, I think once you get past Devem's early game, actually, he doesn't seem to be as potent. So that mine was literally a game changer at the start. Without that, it would have been a completely different scene. Hopefully, Talisman.
Imagine if he'd built mine and got on a Rakettenwerfer. Wow. We wouldn't have had to have that 20 minutes of like depression, and sadness, and chat. You know, but instead he's managed to survive not building a Rakettenwerfer earlier on, and we are now in an equal game. And Dan's exactly. Oh, huge shot from the T-34. Could finish it off with the guards here. DP machine guns instead hit the fence, of course, because green cover is situational and does count on retreat. Or shot blockers do at least. Dan, you made a very good point tonight. Oh, nice by the T-34 to destroy that house. Very. I'm that. God, it's pissed off T-34. But Dan, it was a nice point, and I agree. That. Now
Please tell me more.
By the fact that Dan's
No. I think you're about to make a really good point then. Tell me.
I can't remember what it was, Dan. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it was too complimentary of you, hence you wanted me to go back to it, so we'll just ignore it now. And remark on the Panther Command Tank being out on the battlefield. Talisman's is in this series, and although he has a tank on prioritised vehicle, driving around aimlessly, he's done a lot of good work to get into this position.
Well, he's going to crush the cover, and the Luke's is going to provide anti-infantry damage there.
Saying that, there's triple that right now. What's in the prioritized vehicle got?
I'm guessing he's just not wanting to waste the first shot against the T-34. That's a great,
Nice call.
a great shot there. I just don't think he wants to waste that first one. Will he ground attack now? He will. Slightly miscalculates.
Slightly? Where's your protractor at?
I think you made a good guess.
Okay, fair enough. Astronomy wasn't built on guesses. He hit Jupiter instead of Uranus.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you over these planes. They're really quite loud. In fact, if anyone from Relic Entertainment is watching, please just patch the volume of the planes.
Let them zoom in and cast from ground level. I sometimes do that. It takes the your point of reference, but we can't do that right now because the Panther and the Puma are on the warpath against this T-34. He's retreating away though for some reason. Panther's going in. He's of course prioritised vehicle.
Oh no, this isn't good. Wait, is he going to button vehicle?
Got this gun. And Guards rifles on retreat. And PTRS Penal coming in for the kill. Will the Panther survive?
No!
No, it won't. No, it will not.
Huge moment for Dev M there. You just got too close to the guards. Button vehicle was so strong then, and just allowed the Zis to penetrate loads of times. Don't want to be making mistakes like that. You know, you can't overextend in that situation. Losing the Panther is a big deal.
Drastic. He's going all the way around the rear here. He's going to do something incredibly drastic because he knows he's out of this series unless he does it.
I think he thought the T-34 was there.
And look at Devon with his headset on. He's already prepared for it. Mind you, also,
just when it was
by the way,
looking
he
so
had the cut
good
off
for
on the victory point, so he would have seen it. Sorry, dude, what were you saying?
Just when it was looking so good for Talisman, just to make a mistake like that, you can't be giving Devon any movement, any room for an advantage. And well, I think actually one of the other strong things right now is that Devon has got Talisman kind of cornered on that part of the map, and if Talisman doesn't start pushing the right-hand side and spreading him out a little bit, he isn't going to be able to get past the guards and the penal battalions. They're just too strong to take on from the front.
T-34 still coupled with a Zis gun and the veteran PTRS penals and the veteran PTRS guards, he's got a very, very good base to counter the Lukes and the Puma. Talisman isn't going to be able to contend the victory point as he likes. And look at this, Lukes. It could... Oh, it could go down. A second PTRS volley, and that's a dead Panzer II. Will he get it off? PTRS is reloaded. Oh, and there you go.
That was careless. That was careless.
It was.
I mean, why he even decided to micro it that way to get away was careless. Really doesn't have anything.
What do you call this, Dan?
Special operations flares there to spot for the Puma, but Devim's going to play a little bit smarter. And as the Puma gives chase, actually he's going to go back into the engagement.
Oh.
Is that a mine? I think
No, it's a double hit from the T-34s at the same time. Might have been a mine actually as well. It could have been like a... Well, there's certainly a tripwire flare there because that's gone off. Oh, nice by the Rakettenwerfer, by the way. Veteran T-34 down, but Talisman throws in the towel regardless. And you have your first GCS2 champion, Devem. Not champion, qualifier, Devem. Sorry, bit of premonition there.
The Barbarossa champion, Devem. Wow,
Yeah,
it's
qualified.
a very, very interesting opening qualifying round. A lot of great performances from a lot of people, but Devem did not lose a single game, and we're probably not gonna. Well, we're not gonna see him again now until the finals in
September
in
the 15th.
competition.
We won't see him until the quarterfinals until September the 15th.
This
And
means
that's
no one's gonna get to see how strong he is again until that point. Isn't that crazy?
Kind of on paper, Dan. We all know how strong he is, and now we know how much he's been training and how much, quite frankly, he wants it. And that segues into a message I have for Devem, not as a friend and as a, you know, somebody that's cast you for a long time and got whatever. I want to talk, hopefully, on behalf of the community, and I'm going to try and aim this directly at Devem, who I hope is watching. Devem, we know how good you are. We all respect you, and we know that on paper you look favourite for GCS2 now. You've smashed the competition in this first qualifying tournament. However, you will be countered. Over the next 3 months, every player is going to have your name on the top of their list. And every single competitive player in this community is going to have a rocket up their arse to work their hardest to counter you. This is the biggest and most prestigious tournament in our community's history. And if you think it's going to be that easy, it just ain't. And that was by the community, not just me.
Well, that's the end of a great opening qualifier. We have a giveaway to do, actually. So before the start of the finals, we held a raffle where people had to guess who they thought was going to win. Now, we're going to do the announcement for that in just a second. Now, if you win the raffle, but you guess the wrong person, you will not win the prize. And the prizes are, of course, from Relic Entertainment. We've got codes for Code 2, Dawn of War 3, things like that. So if you win, I'll send you a Twitch message. Keep your eye open for it. But we don't have the codes just yet. They'll be coming during the week. So let's not waste any time. The first winner is going to be Razgriz. And his message was Devem, meaning that he is going